Hey everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Shauna's World. Yes, it is early over here. Okay, 8 o'clock in the morning. Just dropped my daughter off and now I'm about to head back home and do my makeup session. So I hope you guys will stick around and yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of small talk. Got some things to talk about, so looking forward to hanging out with you all. See you in a moment. Hey everybody, I'm back. So, ready to start doing my makeup. Yes. How's everybody doing out there? I hope you guys are doing good and got a big smile on your face. So important. Put a smile on your face. I'm telling you, that makes a huge difference, really. You just gotta get happy, just get happy regardless of what's going on. I mean, there's always crap news and tragedies and pandemics and man, you still gotta get happy in spite of. I mean, smile and just smile. It helps a whole lot. It'll change a whole lot in your day. So, guys, I've already started doing my eyebrows, and so now I'm gonna start with MAC Studio Finish Concealer, SPF 35, and this is the color NC45, and this is my concealer that I put over my eyebrows, and I'm using a MAC angle brush for applying that. So yeah. So today I wanted to talk about fear. Fear. What is fear? Everybody knows what fear is. And we all have fear. I can't even tell you. We all have fear, but often fear is false evidence appearing real. Check that out. False evidence appearing real. What does that mean? Basically, oftentimes it's just mind games, thoughts that you somehow put into your head, oh my gosh, this ain't gonna work, and it's oftentimes mind tricks, or maybe you were talking to a friend and then they were, because they're also scary, they're already putting their insecurities in you and telling you all the things that you won't be able to do because they weren't able to do it, or they just don't see what you see. What else is fear? Fear can also mean, change as well. People are scared to make change, to get out of the comfort zone. So that's a way of, creating fear, change. People are afraid of. Also, like they're thinking, okay, what is this person thinking about me? Are people going to talk about me? So of course that creates fear. What else? Fear of outcome. Exactly. Some people are afraid of what the outcome's going to be. Well, if I start it, or if I do this or whatever, what's going to happen? Is something going to come out of it? What if it doesn't work out? Well, I got solutions to pretty much everything. I'm practicing it myself, and I must tell you, it really is. Oftentimes we stand in front of ourselves, not just people, but, we have all these assumptions running through our heads and, and what if, and instead of being negative about it, sometimes you just have to turn around and make it positive. I know it's difficult because sometimes I struggle with it too. But when I get like that, then I have to start, looking at all my quotes that I have around and self affirmation that helps, looking in the mirror and saying, okay, it's going to work regardless of what's going on. It's going to work, changing that fear into something positive. And also, you can also make it like a, how can I say? You can make it like a challenge. Like, what if it does work out? Why don't I just do it? Why don't I just try? I mean, what the hell do I have to lose? I mean, if I don't try, to me, I think the biggest fear is, wasting the time with creating all these thoughts in your head, and then you come to the realization, oh shoot, dang, why didn't I do that? Oh man, I think that's the worst feeling, not taking that chance and not doing it and not, taking action. I think that's the worst than just having fear, I don't know. What do you guys think? That is a topic. Yeah, it's a deep topic because, like I said, we all have our fears, and that's with everything. Every step you take in life, these little fears come up. But then you just have to turn it around and say, well, shoot, what if it does work? And shit, what if it does happen? I think the worst thing that's going to happen, I guess, eventually is that you're going to pass away or die. And shit, that's going to happen anyway. Anything can happen. So do it, don't stand in front of your way. And it's a practice thing too, daily practice. And what helped me, or what is still helping me, is reading. There's so many great books out there, and I know oftentimes you're like, oh man, I don't have the time to read, but you don't have to sometimes sit up there and read the book physically. You can just get an audio book. That's like a big thing today. If you have Kindle offers like the newer Kindles, they offer audio books. So, while you're driving in the car, you can, listen to some positive, get you going books, because I'm telling you that makes a difference. And one thing about overcoming fear is you have to put it, whatever you decide to do, you have to put it into action today. And not even today, in that minute, in that moment, start already, and because that'll help you overcome that fear. I think it's like when people, when they go and they want to go parachuting, or what is that, skydiving. I don't think they, in that moment when they're up in the plane, they're not thinking, oh my gosh, what if, sometimes you just got to go and just do it, and oftentimes that's what they do. They just go and jump, with their partner or whatever, and then shit, excuse me, it happens, They don't put too much time and thought into, well, what if, and you do that all beforehand, but in that moment you just gotta jump and then just go for it, and then deal with it later. I do it all the time. I practice this really every day. Oftentimes I'm like, damn, how am I gonna pay for this? How am I gonna do this? Da, da, da. Sometimes I'm like, okay, Shawnee, just do it. You'll figure it out. Really, you will figure it out. You'd be surprised what your body can do when it is under pressure. I tell you, oh my gosh. Oh man, I remember when I was little, and there was this one street I used to walk down every day. I don't know why I took that street, but in that street there were like tons of, it seemed like every house owner had a dog. And so every time I walk down the street, I turn around, and then all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened, but a dog would just jump over the fence and be chasing me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Geronimo, jump up on a car. I mean, I'm telling you, I was Superwoman. It's crazy. So my point is, you'd be surprised what you can do, what the things that you can accomplish, you know. And then in that moment, you're not thinking about, well, shoot, everybody, you know, what's going to happen. You just do it. And that's exactly the way you're going to, you know, overcome fear. You just got to do it, you know. Oh my gosh. It's so, I can't tell you all how often, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm that you know, it's in my personality. I remember as a little girl, I just knew one day that I'm going to leave the country. I don't know how I'm going to get over there, but I just knew that I wasn't going to be staying in the States. I knew it. I knew that I was going to be out there traveling. I didn't know how, but on the other side, I was also scared. But I don't know, maybe that scare was, you know, being scared was a little bit of a high too, because, you know, it was a challenge. It's like, you know, I think, you know, we have to get out there and just do it, you know. Really, I didn't think too much about, you know, what ifs, which sometimes could be a bad thing, you know. Sometimes fear is good because it gets you to think logical. I wasn't that type at all. I just did it and impulsively and just didn't put too much thought into it. And yeah, it did give me a little bit of trouble, but it got me places, it got me experience, and I learned from it. And then I thought about it, but I still, you know, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna take my chances. I think that's what life is all about. You just have to get out there and sail and go for it. Oh, sorry guys, I'm getting carried away. This is MAC Strobe Cream Golden Light. This is my base, what I put on before applying my foundation. Gives a nice little golden glow. So it's from MAC. I'm a huge MAC fan, so yeah, I always put that down. So I got some really good suggestions on books that you guys can get started with. And like I said, if you don't have time to read, no problem. Just get that automobile is what it's called. It's an additional program, or it works with Kindle. And so, you know, basically you can check out the book. You can get samples sent out to you for the book, and then, you know, you read the first 2 pages and you're like yay or nay, and then I think the next questions is do you want to have this book read to you, or, you know, read it like normal. And so like I said, I do that often. I get books and I have them read to me. I'm telling you, it's a huge help. I mean, I love reading, but oftentimes I am somewhat busy, you know. If I do have time to read, then I'll read like when I'm doing my fitness, if I'm sitting on the exercise bike and doing my exercises, then I'll take that time out and I'll read. Or if I'm doing a cross trainer, and usually if I'm on the cross trainer or on my bike, then I'm at least 2 hours. I know I'm extreme, but 2 hours at least. So in that time I can read. But if you know, don't have time to read or just hate reading, then have the book read to you. So there's no excuse, you know. I'm telling you, these books, they really do, they help. They give you a lot of motivation. You know, another thing I noticed too, when people are scared, you know, they're always afraid because they're like, maybe it's not the right moment. Listen, I can tell you right now, there's never going to be a right moment. Honestly, whatever you do, there's always going to be something that's going to come up, really. So you can forget about the right moment. Never a right moment, really. And then when you do it, then something still comes up and might hinder you. So the best is, you know, get that. Don't wait on the right moment, because you'll be waiting forever. I learned that too. Well, I'm going to wait until I have some money, and then unless you got several streams of income and you're, you know, rich, it's never gonna be like, there's always gonna be a bill that comes up, or some surprise bill or whatever, maybe you're about to take that trip and then something happens. You know what I mean? So sometimes the best is just to take that action right now. And like I said, self-affirmation, that really helps by talking to yourself. What else helps is, your appearance. I really believe that also takes the fear, because if you're feeling confident, you're not really afraid. Okay, you might be afraid, but you don't look like you're afraid. You're looking good, you're feeling good, your head is held up high. You're not really caring, what people say. People are anyway going to talk, so give them something really to talk about. You're looking good, so you're not gonna be able to please everybody. So the best thing is to do it for yourself, and not put too much thought about, what people are thinking. They're gonna talk, and oftentimes they're probably not even thinking about you. It's up here. You're probably delusional and thinking, oh my gosh, everybody's probably wondering. Nobody's even probably thinking about you. It's you. It's you. You causing all that craziness in your head. Really. Okay, guys, so I'm going to use, I'm getting carried away. I just used MAC Pro Long Concealer, and excuse me, this is in the color NC45, and I use my beauty blender, which I love to use. It's great for applying concealer under the eyes. You just tap it on, or I'm going to use it later for my foundation. It's so much easier than a brush. I mean, I don't know, some people have better luck with brushes, but I just wasn't that one. So now I'm going to use Huda Beauty. This is the Overachiever Concealer, and I'm going to use my MAC concealer brush, and this is the number 195. And let me tell you another thing too. Once you get over that hoop, when you do get started, when you do get things going, take baby steps. I think that's the best route to go. Start off small. Don't start off too big, and keep it simple. That helps. Let it slowly build up, but just do it. And another thing is, oh no, I think I'm gonna have to order. So there we go. I'm gonna have to order some more Huda Beauty. Another thing is too, it's really important to surround yourself around good people who actually, people who are already there where you're trying to get to. Surround yourself around people who are gonna feed you with helping you and pushing you, and not ones that are gonna put doubt in you. Because like I said, oftentimes it's all in our head, and sometimes we're our biggest holder backers. We don't, is that a word, holder backers? No, it's not. But we oftentimes hold ourselves back because we have so much going through our head, and we're thinking too much. And sometimes you don't do too much thinking, and if you have a person who you're hanging out with, and they too are like putting these doubts, and then you don't get anything done. So it's just like, try to stay away from these people, stay away from these people and get busy reading and taking little small step actions. I'm telling you, it really, it's a big help. And stop being scared, I can't emphasize it enough. Just do it, and don't be afraid. Everything will work out. Maybe it might take its time, but it will work out, whatever it is. So don't let that be your holdback of getting things rolling, really. You have to change your way of, instead of being afraid, maybe change it to it's gonna work out. I'm not afraid. I can do this. I can do this. Really, I can do it. And you got to keep saying that, and you got to keep believing it. And you also have to visualize that. That's also really important. Visualization. I've been away from America too long. You have to visualize. You have to already see it happening. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it works. It works, really. When I was little, I knew that already when I was little. And what helps me to get my dreaming going on is music. I'm sure you guys seen me a few times. I always have my headphones in my ear. If I'm not listening to positive messages, I'm listening to music and I'm visualizing and I'm already seeing it happen. It's crazy. I really do. I see it already happening. Regardless of your circumstances, you got to get into that moment where you're just dreaming and just visualize. Take that time out and just start visualizing. Put those headphones in and just start, dreaming and seeing yourself wherever it is where you want to be, or whatever it is you want to do. See yourself already doing it, and that also helps to eliminate the fear. You'd be surprised. I'm not kidding. It really works. I know you're like, yeah, no. It does. It really works. I'm telling you. Get over that fear. Really. The worst thing, I'm telling you, the worst thing that's going to happen is if you don't. If you let that fear overtake you. That is going to be, that's a horrible feeling. Especially if you're old and gray and then you like, dog, why didn't I? They did it. Why didn't I just do it? Get inspired also from other people. That's why I say it's really important to have really good positive surroundings. And even if you don't have good positive surroundings, get out there and start meeting people. And don't be afraid. I know we're in a pandemic, but shoot, there's all sorts of ways to meet people who have the same mindset as you, or who are trying to go the same place as you, or you find YouTubers like me, or you get a book, or books. I'm telling you, that helps. And also to these little quotes. I did a video on that one time, printing out these little quotes. That helps. I got them all over the place, really, because you'll be forced to seeing that every day, and that's going to help you build your confidence, and setting goals. Whatever it is that you're afraid of. Now, that's another idea. My mom told me that, whatever you feel uncomfortable about, what you're scared of, write it down, and then write a little note to that on, okay, so I'm afraid that this and this and this and that. Okay, so what are the write down what the outcomes could be, and write down, okay, maybe it's something that you can't change, come to, how do I say, come to a conclusion, maybe not settle with it, but how can I say, just deal with it in that aspect. It shouldn't be a way, or it shouldn't be used as something to hold you back, especially as long as you've come to the realization, okay, it is like this. I'm not saying it's going to stay like this, but it's like this for now. So if somebody tries to call it out on you or try to put fear into you, you already know it already, because you already dealt with it. So that helps, write down the fears and then just do it. I would even say that, I know it's something so minor. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm using MAC Studio Fix Fluid SP15 NC45. What I wanted to say. Brain is running because I have so many ideas. Because trust me, guys, I've done it and I still go through it. But sometimes I just have to go for it, you know. Just do it, you know. And oh gosh, it's such an amazing feeling when you do it. You know, when you see what the outcomes that come out of it when you do whatever you want to do. You know, when you get over that fear. Oh yeah, I know what I wanted to say. I would even use that for like little things which you're afraid of, like say you're afraid of spiders. I don't like spiders. It's little, like, I really hate them. I'm scared of them. I have a fear. But I'm gonna tell you something really crazy. I had one time this apartment, and I lived on the bottom floor, and man, I had to get over my fear really quick, because every time I turned around there was a spider. Oh man, it was a spider everywhere. So what am I gonna sit up there and do? Just be like, oh my gosh, I'm scared, I'm not gonna move? No, I had to get rid of them. And nobody was there to help me, so I just did it. And so it's the same thing, whatever you're afraid of, that's the same attitude you have to have. You just gotta go for it and do it, and don't put too much thought into it. I know it sounds like really minor and crazy, but it really is like that. I'm telling you. I can give you another example. I'm excited, guys. I'm so happy I could share this with somebody, because I'm constantly talking to my kids. I have a teenage daughter and one almost adult daughter, and then I have my little kids. And I'm constantly talking to them, and I know that they're like, oh Mom, please stop your lectures. But the thing is, you know, if you're older, you have so much information that you want, you know, especially if they're your kids, you want to help them and you want to guide them and tell them, hey, do this, because if you don't, you know, this is going to happen, or, you know, just, you want to give them advice. And so oftentimes, you know, it goes through here and out that way. So it's nice that you stopped into my channel and you're listening to me. So I'm excited to talk and share my thoughts, and because like I said, I'm going through it too, and it helped me to overcome so many things. But okay, getting back to this one story I wanted to talk about. I was I don't know, for some strange, crazy reason, I had developed a fear of driving on the highway. I don't know why, but especially when I came to Germany, it was so weird, because when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, I can't wait to be able to, you know, drive on the Autobahn and just like put the metal to the pedal, or pedal to the metal, something like that, you know, just, I can't wait to get on the highway and just drive fast. Okay, and then when that moment came, I was scared. I mean, literally, if you're not used to driving that type of speed, or, you know, it's scary. You know, it's easy to talk about it. You know, in the States, we have speed limits. I mean, I think the highest you can drive is 70 or 80. I don't know. I haven't lived in the States in a while, but over here, I mean, you can really fly, especially if you got a sports car. And if you're not used to all that power and speed, you can have a serious wreck. And I don't know, if you have a wreck, I don't think you're coming out of it. So I don't know. However, I had all these thoughts going through my head, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm scared, you know. So I tried to do every way I could. I would try to avoid getting on the Autobahn. I know it sounds crazy, but it's something that was going through my head. I was thinking too much, and I don't know, I was scared. So one day, I'm going to use this palette, by the way. This is Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette, and it looks like this, and it's from Huda Beauty. It's an older palette, but very beautiful colors, as you see. Yeah, so one day I had to overcome that fear and overcome it quick, okay? I was in the States. I was visiting my mother, and she lives in the Texas area. And so, over in Texas, I mean, Texas is huge, and they have highways all over the place. And so, I had to, my daughter, my oldest daughter, wanted to fly in, or both of my daughters, they wanted to fly over to visit my mother, and they couldn't fly over with the kids and I. So the deal was we would fly over first, and then afterwards I would have to go get them from the airport. Well, mind you, the airport was like 3 hours away, and so I had a rental car, so that meant I had to drive there to go get my daughters, and so therefore I had no other choice but to get on that highway and just go. And oh my gosh, I can't tell you, the night before the big trip, before I had to pick up my daughter, I was really scared. You know, I couldn't sleep. I had all these thoughts in my head, and I don't know, and actually it probably wasn't a good idea because I didn't sleep so good, and I still got on that highway, drove 3 hours and picked up my daughter, and then drove back, okay? So my point is I had to get over that fear really quick because there was no other way. I mean, my mom didn't have time to, chauffeur me over there, and I definitely wasn't going to get on no bus, Greyhound bus. I don't know if you guys have been on a Greyhound bus, but that would have taken days. Forget it. So I only had myself to rely on. So I had to overcome my fear really fast and really quick. And as I got on the road, and then I started to feel like a little bit of the panic coming on, and then I just started talking to myself. I'm like, girl, you can do this. Da da da. Put on some happy music, man. And then it just got easier and easier, and I didn't put too much thought into it. I just did it. And I wasn't scared. So my point is, there might come a point where you're just going to have to do it, and you're not going to have time to be afraid, because it's either this way or that way. I'm using MAC 217 brush, and this is the color Amber. It's this really pretty rusty kind of brown. And so I'm starting here in the corners, getting a little carried away. So, but yeah, I'm telling you, you're gonna come into these situations where you're just gonna have to help yourself, so you don't have no time to think. And maybe that's the best. I mean, imagine if we all had to just do it. I wonder how it was like 400 or 500 years ago, when people, I mean, I'm sure they had their fears, but they still had to do it. They had to live life, because otherwise, if they didn't, then they would go under. They have too much time. Sometimes I also blame a little bit of the media, because they also are a little bit at fault with placing these fears, in us. And sometimes that stuff is unhealthy, Sometimes you just gotta do it. Just don't think about it. Just do it. Don't think about it. It will all work out. I promise you. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go into the next color, which is Amethyst. It's this one, that one. It's a really pretty color. Looks different on camera. Looks so dark. Yeah, that one. It's pretty. And I don't know which brush of the number rubbed off of this MAC brush as usual, because I use them every day. The numbers disappear, but it's an eyeshadow brush. Looks like this. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that and tap it here. So yeah, getting back to that. It's easy, and it's also, like I said, just make it a challenge. You really have to change your mindset, and in order to do that, you have to do the work. Self-help. Sometimes you can't wait for somebody to to pump you up. You have to do it yourself. And then, like I said, sometimes you might come into those situations where you have no other choice. That you got to get it moving. You ain't gonna have no time to think about, oh, I'm scared and what if, because you're already doing it. You know? Remember that time when you first started riding the bike and you were afraid that you were gonna fall down? Yeah, well, you did fall down. Then what did you do? You got back up and you got right back on and you kept trying. And you kept trying and you kept trying and kept trying until you got it. And that's the same with everything you do. You know, you're going to have fear, but you just keep doing it, you know, until it works out. And it will work out. I'm telling you, it really will work out. You just have to believe. Okay, guys, so now I'm going to use the Mac. And this is Photograph. Gravure, and it looks like this. You don't need no pencil liner or sharpener, so just twirl it around, and then I always use my blender brush to apply my eyeliner so I don't have to touch where I applied the concealer, because otherwise you might get a fingerprint there. So just do that really quick. So the books that I can recommend you to get you going, and once again, there's no excuse. So if you don't have time to read, then download the Audible app. It works with the Kindle, or with some books they already offer that option of audiobooks. So, and even I discovered also on YouTube channel, believe it or not, a lot of these books, the audio is already on the channel. Some people load it up on their channel, so you really have no excuse. You don't even have to get the, you don't even have to buy the book. You can just go on a YouTube channel. I swear, just type in, I don't know, I've seen several books on there. I can't go into specifics right now, but you'd be surprised. There are a lot of books that are already open, that people have already, the audio, they've already uploaded it. So you really have no excuse. I'm serious. Okay. However, the name of the book, and by the way, this is a Urban Decay brush I'm going to use, and I'm going to take the Oud, I think that's how you pronounce it. It's O-U-D. It's this dark color there. I always like to have the smoky look, you know? Eyes gotta look a little bit mysterious. So, anywho, tell you a little bit of that. So, the first book that I want to recommend you is called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And that book is from Susan Jeffers. And yeah, basically she's talking about what I'm talking about. I read the book, so I'm able to talk that talk, but that's not the only book I read. I read several books, and then, you know, often when you read these books, you have to put it into practice. So you're going to have to do the work. It's not just reading the book and voila, everything's going to change. It's a process. So check that book out. I got the paperback. I still have a lot of books in paperback because I just love paperback. But I'm also in love with Kindle. I can't tell you. I mean, I take my Kindle everywhere, and I'll be on the beach and laying down, and I don't have to have big all these books. I just open up my Kindle. But the books looks like this. Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Really, it's going to help you out a lot. And another great book. Oh my goodness. I just fished that out recently, and I was just thinking, man, I'm going to read this again, because this book is so, I mean, this book it's a power move book. I mean, it's really going to get you taking actions, because that is really what you need. You have to take the actions. Once you get into mind, okay, I'm going to do it, you have to do it now. I mean, literally now, you know, find the way to do it now. So you've already started to, you know, take those baby steps to, you know, overcoming your fear. However, this book is called How to Get from Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. And this is Jack Canfield. I mean, he's got a series of books. He's actually the guy who did the, what do you call it? That was a huge thing, the soup books. Let me look it up. I always gotta have my handy there so I can check out things. Yes, he's got a stream of books, but he started the hang on. Jack Canfield. Yes, he started the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. I've never read any of them, but I've heard they're really good. Also extremely helpful. So him and a partner of his, they're the ones who started the whole Chicken Soup series. So if that might be something for you, I believe it's like they went around like talking to different people and collecting stories, and so they made a book and series about, I guess, what happened to them and how they overcame it. But don't get me lying, I never read any of the books. I got this book, and another great book is called The Aladdin Factor. Because once you overcome your fears, you also have to overcome your fears in asking. A lot of us are too shy to ask for what we want, because of whatever reason. Again, that fear comes into effect because you're putting too much thought into what ifs. So this book helps you, it teaches you or talks about, what happens if you ask. If you want something, you gotta ask for it. Don't put too much thought about, oh, what if it doesn't work? Same thing. You just have to ask for it and do it, because you're not gonna get anywhere if you don't have any help or if you don't ask. And a lot of us, we don't ask for help or whatever because of whatever reasons. Again, mind games and playing these tricks. Oh, what if it doesn't work out? So that book is gonna help you into taking action and getting you to ask, and you can start off as small as, maybe, I don't know, like, say there's a class you want to take, right? It happened to me too. So everything I'm telling you, I can relate because I've already been there, done that, and I had to go out and ask people, and at first I was like a little bit scared and shy. Oh, by the way, I'm using the color Angelic. It's this really pretty color there, so I'm gonna also put this down here. There was a class that I wanted to take, and so I didn't have anybody who could watch my babies back at the time, and so there was this one older woman who I was hanging out with, and so I felt in the beginning I was a little bit shy. I was like, I wonder if I can ask her if she would help me, if she would look after the kids while I go and take this class. And so I just asked her, and surprisingly, she was like, yeah, sure, no problem. And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, that was so easy just to ask. I mean, the worst outcome is they can say no. At least you asked, you tried, you did it, I mean, you just keep asking until somebody says yes, but you got to get in the habit of asking. And I'm telling you, I practice it till this day. I mean, I bought this book, I think I bought it maybe 2009, 2010. So I had this book for a long time, and it helped me a lot. I changed. I asked now. I'm not so shy. I mean, there's still some things where I'm a little bit hesitant, and I might think, but I still ask, Worst thing worse, they say no, okay? And I'm telling you, that helps to build up confidence, That's going to build up your confidence and to overcome that fear, to just do it, ask. There's also another book that also covers the same topic about asking. I'm using this OUD here once again. This color. This is a new book. I actually want to check it out myself. And it's called Ask For It. Same type of deal. And this book is from Linda Babcock. and Sarah Lashchever. The book is called Ask For, and it's a book for women, and it talks about how women should go about asking and being able to negotiate and to be able to get what they want. So, especially as a woman, you're a little bit more feminine, or not feminine, but feminine is a good thing, so don't get me wrong. You're a lot more, timid, a little bit scared, you're afraid, whereas with guys, they immediately come out and ask. Maybe it has a lot to do with, how you were brought up. Maybe somebody's like, oh, no, you should be happy what you had. No, you good, whereas boys, they're taught to already go for it and, and get it. So it might have a lot to do with the culture and I don't know how you were brought up, and maybe that's a reason why you're a little bit afraid of asking. But however, it seems like a good book to read. I'm going to check it out myself. So perhaps I'll do another video and give you my input and what I thought about the book. But it's a self-help book, so I think all self-help books are always good. So another book that I also want to check out, and I think, oh man, this is also really good. It's called 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating and Get More Done in Less Time. And this is from Brian Tracy. So I want to check that book out too, because I know that we're all guilty of being procrastinators and not taking action. And that's what I was saying. Sometimes the best is not to talk, or yes, it can be a goal, but if possible, go to your goals and see what you can do today to get you to where you want to get to. Take action now and stop procrastinating. We've all done it. I've done it. I'm super guilty of it. But eventually, when you procrastinate, it's kind of embarrassing when your kids come back, and especially when you have kids, because kids are they're brutally honest. You don't even be asking for their opinion. They'll still like, hey mom, didn't you say you wanted to do this and that? Yeah, I wanted to do it. Yeah, well, what happened with that? And they'll call you out. So that's another reason why you shouldn't procrastinate, and also maybe another reason why you shouldn't tell too much of your secrets, because then you're going to be pulled into the mode of, okay, why didn't you do it yet? You just talking, and who wants to have that reputation of just being a talker? Okay, so I'm using the MAC brush. This is a blending brush, and it's for the eyeshadows, blending eyeshadows, and I believe this number is 218. As I don't know how many times I think I'm always calling out different numbers every time, because again, you can't really see the numbers. I use them every day, so they rub down, but it looks like this. And this is great. I can highly recommend it. Great for blending in your eyeshadows, darling. So purchase it. They're expensive. I think it paid like €30. Probably it's going to be like $30, but well worth it. These brushes last forever, so invest in yourself so you can look good and feel good and get out there and just take the risk, Okay, so now I'm going to use my Yves Saint Laurent. These are my favorite go-to. So most of the time when I'm doing my videos, I'm almost always using these products. I just love them. They're great, and they're a little bit expensive, but well worth it. Really. They last all day. This eyeliner lasts all day. It doesn't rub off. Sometimes I find myself really scrubbing it off to get out, because it really does stick, and waterproof. So I'm almost out of breath. I'm so excited. Sorry guys, I know it's a long video, but I just have so much energy and I want to share. So I'm sorry if it's long. I hope you guys don't mind. Hope you're doing your makeup too while I'm doing my makeup. Another book. It's called What Others Think About You Is None of Your Business. I didn't write down the author. I have to look that up, but that's also a really good book, because she talks about, yeah, basically, this fear that we have that, what other people think. So this is a book to help you to build your self-confidence and not to put too much thought into what other people are thinking about you, because probably 9 times out of 10 they're not even thinking about you. It's just you building up all these illusions in your head, thinking, oh, they're probably thinking, what if and what happened. They're not even thinking about you. And if they are thinking about you and talking about you, oftentimes it's because they might be a little bit jealous because you decided to do your thing, and maybe they're, been procrastinating and haven't done that. So, yeah. I just have to look up the author. What others think about you is none of your business. So, get that book as well. So, you've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No excuse. 5 books, audio books. This is going to keep you probably busy, I don't know, for the next 2 months. And then hopefully during that time, you're already making your changes. And you're visualizing, you're taking that time out. Maybe, sitting down, listening to some music, and already seeing yourself as having already accomplished whatever it is that you're afraid of. So, no excuse, okay? No excuse. You don't want to hear it. You can do it. You can do it. I give another example. I've got so many examples because it's just like all these ideas are coming to me. But there's this one show. Maybe you can help me out with it. Maybe write down in the comments the name of the show. I never looked at it. A lot of shows that we don't get over here in Europe, but my mom constantly tells me about like certain shows that she looks at, and this is one show. I don't know if it's still on, but it's about handicapped people and all the amazing things that they can do. Some people don't have arms, and they're sitting up there, I don't know, driving. Like, how is that possible? I mean, and all these, different things that where people were like, oh my gosh, I mean, how did they do it? I mean, did they have fear? No, they just did it. And they even have handicaps. So with that said, that should tell you a lot. There's no excuse, okay? I mean, if a person who has maybe no arms or no legs, and they're still out there running around and probably participating in Olympics and God knows what else, there's no excuse for you. There's really no excuse. There's no reason why you can't accomplish and get to where they're getting to. And they have a disadvantage. But actually, they don't have a disadvantage because they've already put in their mind that I don't have no disadvantage. I can do it. So there's no excuse. I don't know the name of the show. I'll have to do the research, or like I said, if you guys have an idea, write it down in the comments. But I'm going to start to slowly bring this video to an end. I know I'm rambling, but again, I'm excited. So I hope that I was able to help you to start overcoming your fear and to move on and to take some action. You have the books, and you have some of the stories that I told you. Perhaps you can also relate. I'm sure you can. I hope that I was able to help you. And if you liked what you heard, please give it a like. Please give it a like. I'm still new at this YouTube thing, so share it. Share the video. Maybe for somebody who might also need this information. How we all do. I do. Give it a thumbs up, and if you want to hear more from me and some advice, subscribe. Doesn't cost a thing. And you don't have to be afraid about that. I won't know who you are unless you leave a comment. So okay guys, so I'm gonna apply my eyelashes. I have an eyelash tweezer. Looks like this, and I use Ardell. I love my Ardell Remy lashes. And this is they're really good because you can reuse them. So I'm going to apply that, and before I do that, I'm going to put on my where is it? Preparation. Oh, here it is. It's right in front of my face. NARS Extreme. Climax Extreme is what it's called. This is the sample. So once the sample runs out, I'm going to get me some new NARS. Highly recommended. Great mascara. So yes, dear. I'm going to apply that, and then I'm going to apply my eyelashes. I'll be right back, and I'm gonna close out, guys, so you guys can get along with your day and get out there and just jump in and do whatever you're doing, or take actions so you can overcome your fear. So one second, I'll be right back. Okay, so got the eyelashes on, and voila, I'm telling you, it makes a difference with the eyelashes. Okay, so, NARS. Okay, so I'm going to use the blush, and that is the color Aroused. And I'm going to use my blush brush, from NARS. Looks like this. It's a really pretty deep color. This is also one of my go-to blushes, and I just tap it on, not a whole lot, shouldn't be too much. Put a little bit on the nose just to add a little bit of color so it don't look so bland. Yes, I can look bland too, even though I'm brown, I can look bland. So okay, I'm gonna use Fenty as my highlighter. And this is the color Ginger Binge. There are two different colors in there, and Moscow Mule. And it looks like this, as you see. I'm definitely using a lot of it. It's a really nice highlighter. I like it a lot. And I'm gonna use my 128S MAC brush. It's a big one. Well, these are the brushes I like to use to apply my highlighter. I don't like those fan brushes. I don't know. I feel like they don't go on so good for me, and it's a little bit awkward of applying it. So I don't know. I like to use this guy, and I just tap it on, not a whole heck of a lot. So you can see a little. It's not too much. Maybe put a little teeny bit more. Gives you a nice little frosty pink glow to build your confidence up so you can go forward and get over that fear. So what's missing? Lipstick. Yes, gotta have some lipstick. Okay, so lipstick I'm going to use is my Huda Beauty. I love this. Is also a go-to lipstick that I like to use. It's a liquid matte, and it's from Huda Beauty, and this is the color Trendsetter. Looks like this is a really nice nude color, and I wear this every single day. And the cool thing is when you put this lipstick on, because it's a liquid matte, you don't have to worry about it getting onto your mask. You know, I don't know what you all's mask look like, but I got a colorful mask, and I'm always constantly having to wash them or I chuck them out. So anywho, yeah, so this is what this color looks like. It's really pretty. And it's literally, it's a really great go-to. Just pop this on and you're looking good, girl. Okay, so 1 second. Voila, I'm back. So guys, this is my final look. I'm feeling good and confident. So should you. Hope you did your makeup with me. So guys, until next time, really enjoyed hanging out and talking to you all, and I so hope that I was able to help you and to help you get over your fears. And just remember, it's all up here. You know, just go forward and do it, and you know, talk to yourself and out and it just doesn't work out, then I try again, right? So, anywho, until next time, bye.